Hello and welcome back to Brains Unpicked. I'm Rose.
I'm Zoe.
And yeah, welcome to episode 11. We are two 20-something-year-olds, you know this at this point, but we're chronic overthinkers and we're taking you with us as we put the world to rights. So, shall we get right down to it?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, what's your minor inconvenience of the week?
Well, I think last episode I started quite heavily and it was all about me.
Well, you've been having quite a rough time, I feel
so
like.
So let's start with your minor. I feel like it's fair. Let you start with it this week.
Well, my minor inconvenience is quite fresh.
Okay.
So, but I feel it's part of a wider issue, right? Last night I was out a walk, just walking along. I'd walked for quite a bit. I was on my way home. I could see my flat. I could literally see it. There was two guys coming towards me, walking side by side down the street. Fine. But you know how, I don't know about you, but I feel like I was brought up that if you were walking with other people and you could see other people coming the other way, the polite thing to do was go single file. Yeah. They didn't do that.
Of course.
They're men, so they thought, we'll just take up the whole street. So I had to go on the pavement, risk my life. Because the cars were coming from behind me.
Oh,
so,
dangerous.
Yeah, it wasn't like I could see what was coming. Had to do a quick look. Anyway, I went down on the road, past them, and as I came up back onto the pavement, scuffed the toe of my shoe on. Sounds minor. I thought it was, that's just, I thought nothing of it. Yeah. And then I was walking a bit further and I thought, something's not right. I looked down and the toe, like the half of the sole of my shoe from the toe backwards was just hanging off.
You turned your shoe into a puppet?
I did. And just... Right, so for context, I need these shoes. These shoes have had a good run. I will give them that. I reckon they're at least 10 years old.
That's quite impressive.
That is impressive, I think.
What, you had them since you were like 15?
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. They were originally bought as running shoes, never went running. So that's maybe why they've lived longer, because they're supposed to be like running, and I just use them for walking.
I don't think that you're supposed to wear running shoes for walking though.
Well, but what difference does it make?
It's something to do with like the impact of your foot.
Well, but they've lasted 10 years, so surely it couldn't have been.
I'm just saying, I think actual design of shoes. I don't think you're meant to wear running shoes.
Who has enough money to have different types of shoes for different types of things?
People. I do now. I have walking boots.
Okay, I have walking boots.
And running shoes and my gym shoes. My gym shoes cost me like £20, if that. They're bad.
See, so I wear running shoes to the gym. I have a pair of shoes. Well, to be honest, I didn't buy the original shoes, right? Hence why I know they were 10 years old, because my mum and dad came back from a shopping trip one day and were like, here's a pair of running shoes. Bit offensive.
Lose weight. Get out of this house.
I consciously didn't buy them, so that made me think that they have to be at least 10 years old. Anyway, I don't think I wear different types of trainers to go walking. I don't think there's an issue.
I don't know. Listen, see all the fitness folk out there, because I know there's fucking plenty of these. Tell us the difference.
However, yeah, I bet you.
There's
I bet you it's a scam.
Like my sister, not to bring my sister up again, recently went to get running shoes, like proper running shoes, and got assessed.
Yeah.
Like ran on a treadmill to get assessed for a pair of trainers.
I've done
if that is not the least dignifying thing I've ever seen, that you're in the middle of a shop running on a treadmill.
My other pair of trainers that I wear at the gym, they are running trainers that I had to go and do that for, because there was a period of my life where I was trying to be a runner, didn't work out. And I had to run on a treadmill and do that. And then they charged me an arm and a leg for that pair of shoes, and I felt guilty didn't buy them. Anyway, right? But capitalism, think about it. Capitalism is going to tell us that we need different types of trainers when they all probably do the same thing. True. So do we really? I don't know. Anyway, the crux of this issue.
Speaking of the word crux, seeing the last episode, obviously I edit the full episode. Do you know the amount of times I said crux?
Really?
I must have been my new word. I had to edit it
crux
out.
Counter.
Like, I genuinely think I must have said it like 6 times. And I was like, and the crux of it is, and I'm like, where did that come from?
Maybe we
like,
were
you know,
just
like,
getting really to the heart of issues.
You know, like that, like the apparently kid, and he just, it's as if that.
Well, apparently,
I've never been on live television before. And he just like can't get the word apparently, and he's squeezing it in every. That was me with the word crux. No, every sentence I was just trying to get it into like everything we were talking about. It was so strange.
My family used to rip the piss of me because I used to. Anything anyone said, I'd be like, well, technically.
Oh,
I was that kid.
I used to do literally quite a lot. And my dad would be like, literally. And I'd be like, yeah, literally, it just happened. And he would be like, shut up.
But anyway, yeah, I need these shoes right now. We have just... You good? We have just signed up to do the kilt walk.
We have.
And I have walking boots, right? But they're more for hill walk, and I don't need big boots.
I'm going to wear my boots for... the kilt walk.
Yeah, but I don't need to be wearing them out every time I go walking. Do you know what I mean? For a small walk. So I didn't want to wear my gym trainers out on a walk, so I needed these other pair of trainers. Also, I'm trying to do a low spend year, so now I'm gonna have to go and I can't just buy a cheap pair. But it's not the point. There was not, and I swear there was nothing like I haven't put these shoes on and thought anything was loose. So I blame those two men.
Fully turned into a puppet.
Yeah. And I just think it's always people walking in groups. Like, you just... Even if I'm by myself, I always still think, oh, do I need to move more on the side? But they're like, no, I'm just going to
I think that I'm probably quite obnoxious when I'm in a group. Nah.
No, because I've been walking down the street with you and we've moved into the side. Unless it was me that moved us into the side.
Maybe when I'm drunk.
But I'm going to start just like standing my ground and ploughing down the middle of groups. I'm just going to fully barrel straight down the middle, not moving to either side. I'm not going on the road. I'm just going to fucking walk right through the pack of them because I'm not losing any more trainers.
Like your minor inconveniences and you're a people pleaser. No,
it's called being polite instead of being an arsehole. That's what that's called.
Yeah. No, I'm on your side.
Thank you.
That's tragic.
Thank you. In fact, I should have turned round and been like, look what you've made me do. Yeah. Find me a new pair of shoes.
R.I.P. to the shoes.
Yeah. They were good shoes. They were Nike shoes.
Oh, that's sad.
I know. I reckon they would have had at least a few more years.
You could go into Sports Direct. They've normally got good sales on shoes.
Yeah. But that's just another few hours of my life I'm going to have to think about. Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to have multiple pairs of shoes.
It is.
Check your privilege.
I know.
You have multiple.
Listen,
you have multiple pairs of shoes. Check your privilege.
We have already discussed the fact that minor inconveniences are just privileged people problems.
Yeah. That's a privileged person problem.
It is.
For sure.
It is.
I'm a run a pair of trainers on the ground kind of person.
Yeah.
So I refuse to get rid of a shoe until there's actual holes in it.
Yep.
It's an issue.
But yeah.
All right, okay.
So I'm either going to have to keep wearing, I'm going to have to just wear my other shoes everywhere, or I need to now spend time and effort trying to find another pair of shoes.
Well, I wish you luck on your journey.
Thank you.
That sounds hard.
Because a few weeks ago, this was sending you over the edge.
It was. So, no, do you know what? You're so right. Do you know what the issue is I am quite... I wouldn't say... No, I'm quite impulsive, right? But I'm not impulsive in the way that, people would think, risk-taking impulsive. Yeah. I'm more just, I've got a decision in my head and I want to do it immediately. And if I have to think any more about it, then it's not fun anymore. So... I wanted new walking boots and trainers because I was like, I really want to work on my fitness this year. And I was all set up. I had things in my basket. I was ready to go. And then I sent it into a group chat and they were like, I would go into the shop and try them on. And it instantly put me off the idea. I was not happy.
Yeah.
And then I thought about it more, and then I thought about it, and then I thought about it so much that I lost the joy out of buying them. Left it on hold for a couple of weeks because I was sad about it. Spoke to someone again and they were like, no, I would go into the shop. And then I was so raging that people told me to get into the shop that I bought them online anyway out of sheer defiance. And I got no joy out of the purchase, and they sat in the living room for weeks before I actually put them on because I was so disappointed that I just didn't impulsively buy them when I was excited about them, that they had to lie there for weeks until I got excited about them again.
But at least you waited until they were a necessity. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Instead of, because, yeah.
I think, yeah. I don't really, like, my gym trainers were kind of falling apart anyway, so I feel like it was a spend that I had to make.
Yeah.
I got, to be fair, I then got socks and stuff. I didn't need that, but I was just excited.
No, but you need to have proper socks for proper shoes.
I've yet to have gone a run, so those running trainers haven't been put on yet.
Oh, well, there's a first for everything, you know.
Maybe I'll go a run this week.
There you go.
And by run, I mean I will jog very, very slowly for a little period of time.
A run's a run.
Yeah.
If it's faster than walking.
Do you know what my minor inconvenience... Well, this wasn't the minor inconvenience I was going to go for, but whilst we're talking about like running and stuff, my minor inconvenience is my whole For You page is trying to get me to run a marathon.
Oh, I got swept up in that last year.
And I don't know if my For You page has seen me recently. I'm not a runner, not track star, should not be. No, I'm not going in a marathon. I have no ambition to do a marathon. I have never once thought to my head, you know what I would get a great achievement out of? Running a marathon. But instead it is just, I'm at the very basics of I just want to look after myself more.
Yeah.
And I am just getting jundered with calories this, deficit that, and it's like the oversaturation of like, do this, do that, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. Oh, you need to do this much and you need to track this much. And at what point is it just too much the other way?
I know.
Like, I have enough thoughts going in this brain all the time, and then I need to be thinking about, have I had my protein goals? Have I had this goal? Have I had... When does my brain go into the focus on all of that?
Yeah.
Because I cannot do it.
Yeah. And it, like, does it eventually become natural? Because I'm currently trying to track calories, not to like... To be in a deficit, but not to... I don't want to obsess over them.
Yeah.
Like, but does it come to a point... Because I'm having to... Like, I know I have the same, like, some same meals every day. So I know what those are. But I have to add on other things, blah, blah, blah. But does it come to a point where one day you just can kind of gauge and you no longer have to do that, and that's one less thing to worry about? Because if so, I want someone to tell me how long that's going to take.
Like,
so that I know how long I mentally have to be engaged with this before I can...
I think that some people, aka me, is not meant to have that level of... Like... I am just not meant to exercise. I don't know how to trick my brain into exercising at that level and focusing in and honing in on that level. I think some people are just not fitness people and are exercising because they got to exercise. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got to exercise because I need to keep myself fit and healthy, and I'm currently, and have probably not been in a long time, either of those things. Which I'm fine with, but my brain has only just started to lock in, been like, no, you want to go out a walk, and I don't, and I'm miserable. Every time I go to the gym, I am miserable when I'm there.
Aww.
And I get out and I don't get any endorphins. I just go home and go, oh, there's more tasks, and I do the other tasks. And I suppose for like some people that is like the endorphins, but the endorphins just give me enough energy to go and do more tasks. And I'm like, this is not fun.
It's the endless tasks that is an issue.
And it's so...
At the crux of it.
Yeah. And it's super minor. The exercise feels like that much work for me. But see, when you are being fed and fed and fed and fed the fitness lifestyle, but you're not a fitness person, it is so hard to break out of that and go, you don't need to go in that deep. And it's very minor that's what's getting me down just now, but it very much is.
No, because it is, because I think that's how I think it's how it can either easily become an obsession or tip you entirely the other way and go, well, fuck this, I'm not doing it anymore because it's being force fed to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, my For You page right now has been a lot of like people posting their transformations from having lost a lot of weight. And to begin with, I consume it thinking, oh, that's good, like, that's really inspiring, blah, blah, blah. And then you keep seeing it, and then I'm like, actually, I can feel myself starting to be like, because they've taken probably a long time to
Yeah.
get from where they started to where they are. But my brain is very much a, like, I'm doing all these things, blah, 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 blah. Why has that not happened to me right now?
I need an instant result.
Yeah. Like, and then if I don't get those instant results, and if I'm constantly seeing other people who I know haven't had, rationally, I know haven't had instant results, but in the space of like a 60-second TikTok, obviously your brain goes, well, how did they manage to do that?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And then I just get like very much, well, this isn't working for me.
Yeah.
Or I'm like, well, I need to do more because what I'm doing right now is not working. When in the long run, it probably would. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it is. It's just, it has been just, I think the being fed of it constantly, and I'm like, listen,
Yeah.
I know, and I know loads of people who are probably like really into fitness, and fitness people will be like, it's just a mentality thing, and you just can, and I get that, and I absolutely respect it. See people that are smashing the gym 6 days a week and going 10k runs and going big walks and counting like, I have nothing but the utmost respect for these people that are able to do that. But what for the people like me who just, I cannot.
No.
Like I cannot manage that. I cannot maintain that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
And maybe one day I will, but I think that there should be something for just your people trying to get by. Do you know what I mean? Like, your people that are just trying to implement things, like, and not being fed all angles of it. Because it just, I feel like no matter who you speak to about, even if it's just weight loss or anything in terms of like looking after yourself, everyone that you go to is telling you something different, and it's so overwhelming.
Oh, definitely.
And I think when you're not someone that's maybe got the you're not in a fitness brain. Like, I've never been into fitness or exercise. Like, since I was a kid, it was always something that I did. Like, I did dancing, I was in the brownies, I was in swimming, I was in ice. I think that I used to go to ice skating with myself. It wasn't like I didn't exercise. Like, I was in all the clubs, but I wasn't that interested.
No. Yeah.
Like, I just wasn't, and I'm not interested in marathons, and I'm not interested in, like, I'm excited about this kilt walk.
Yeah.
Because that's exciting to do, but I just think that, like, what is it? Like, it's so minor that we talk about it so often. Yeah. But, like, it's just so over-consuming.
It is. Yeah.
This idea of just fitness all the time. And I get it. Like, you should be fit and healthy. You shouldn't be...
But I think especially in the lifestyle, or the way, like, society has... progressed, and that I enjoy going to the gym, right? I enjoy it when I'm there, but every day, like the days it does feel like it's so I don't know if you think of, tasks build up in my head, right? And there's ones that are skinny, like small tasks that I can like do and throw away easily, but then there's big tasks that feel like blocks that you have to move out of the way, right? And the gym is like a big block that I'm like, it takes me a long time, whatever, and I'm fine when I'm there, I enjoy it, and I'm happy afterwards. But it's when you've got other tasks to do, and I think it comes into like, we're having to work 40 hours a week. Both of us live by ourselves, so we have to maintain everything at home, cook dinners, tidy, washing, blah, 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 blah. And there are people that just go about all those things effortlessly. I am not one, but each one feels like a task that's built up a wall around me, and having to have like a big block that is like exercise and eating healthy and stuff feels like a big thing in amongst all the other things that you're having to do. Yeah.
I just think it would be nice to be a natural fitness person.
Yeah.
And it not require so much effort.
Yeah.
But it does. So for the fellow non-exercisers that are forcing themselves to exercise because they need to get fit, we hear you.
We see you.
We are with you. If you are one of those people, please join us in that. Because I am nothing but envious of the people that can do it.
I wish it could be second nature, but I really have to think about it.
And I'm sure
I
there's
have to put so much brain energy.
I'm so sure there's things that I do that people are like, I wish that I could just do that, and you don't even need to think about it. Yeah. But like, it's just crazy, innit?
Yeah. But no, I totally get you on the getting like when there was like the marathons last year, like the London Marathon. I've seen all the videos, and I think it's because a lot of people that take part in that sort of thing do it for very emotional and like personal reasons, and you see all the videos and you start to get a bit like, oh my god, this is such a nice thing, blah blah blah, I'm gonna do that, and you're like, no you're not. No, and you know what, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay not to do a
Yeah.
marathon. Let the people that are good at it
Yeah.
stay good at it.
Absolutely. So that we can all applaud them, because if we
Yeah.
all did it, it wouldn't be quite so extraordinary.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I did like, is it Tom Trotter? Did you ever see his videos?
No.
He's a runner person, but he was very encouraging. He did the marathon, and I think it was him that I was like, oh my god, I could do that. No. And you know what? I'm not gonna. And you know what? Never say never, but I can wholeheartedly say I highly doubt I will ever genuinely be compelled to do that.
Yeah, I think a kilt walk's enough for me.
Yeah.
A long walk, crazy.
Yeah.
That's enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm glad our minor inconveniences is just that we have to be healthy.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, exactly. Have to be healthy. You have to have shoes that mean that you can go on running.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
But that brings us quite nicely to our Brains Unpicked for the week.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I mean,
what
you
feeling?
go first. I started. The
Okay, so this is a kind of what would you do if kind of scenario.
I love it. What would you do?
Okay, so what would you do if you were an alien, right? And you've to come down to Earth, and you've to try and be a human. What are the kind of scenarios, or what are the kind of things that you would do to fit in to show that you're not an alien?
Did you speak about this earlier today?
No.
Or did somebody else speak about this earlier
I've
today?
got no idea. I was thinking about it yesterday. I was listening to something about
Oh.
aliens, and then I was like, imagine you're an alien trying to fit in with society. Like, how would you go
Right.
about that to prove that you're not an alien?
Right. Immediately my brain goes to My Parents Are Aliens.
Okay.
Did you ever watch that?
I did,
That
yeah.
was so
From
good.
was that Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would I do to assimilate? I can barely assimilate to normal people now. I am a human. I feel like well, this is such a hard question. So, like, the first thing I would do.
No, just like, what are some of the things that you would do to prove that you're human? Like, what are the
Okay.
kind of activities or the kind of things that you would say, or like, what would you be up to that would be like, oh yeah, that person's definitely human. I have no suspicions that they're an alien.
I would consume a lot of media, right?
Right.
But I would consume a lot of other, like, a variety of opinions
Okay.
of that media, like reviews, sort of lots of different.
So you would find a niche.
Yeah, but just so that I would, when I consume the reviews and stuff, I would find out what everyone else was, like, the majority were thinking about that, and then I would try and blend in.
So you would do like a herd mentality thing. You're going to try and think like everyone else.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, but also because I've, like, when I say consuming media, I mean like films and music and stuff, so that I could come out with opinions, because aliens are not gonna have an opinion on, like, the new Chapel Roan album, are they? Or
That's true.
like what
So
Charlie XCX was
You
wearing
would
at
be
the
a
Grammys.
current trend.
Yeah, I would immediately zone in on. I wouldn't be like trying to download the world's data and know all the history of the earth. I would be like, I must be in tune with popular culture and the way people's opinions are going, because if you became in tune with, like, pop culture, but then we're coming out with really random, like, obscure sort of opinions that everyone would start to go like, why the fuck do you think that?
Yeah, that seems very alien of you.
Yeah.
Are you an alien?
Yeah. So I blend in through
Popular culture.
Yeah, and trying to agree with other people's opinions.
I respect that.
Yeah. But I feel like you would have to, I don't know.
Like, there's people that I met that I'm sometimes like, oh, you could just be an alien.
Yeah. Oh, like, without a shadow of a doubt.
I think that I would, like, get really good at small talk.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I would be an alien that would I'd be like, right, first things first, what do I need to figure out about this world? I need to nail small talk down. I need to know how to talk about the weather. I need to know how to ask people
That's a
about their
good one.
family. I need to appreciate the pictures of their dogs and their babies. I need to like, if I get really good at the small talk, I think that I could just pass by without
if you
creating loads of substance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you wouldn't be asking like the weird questions.
Yeah,
that, like,
I wouldn't like start. I would just kind of come in. I would have my small talk. I would have my Rolodex of what my small talk was, of like the life that I've built.
But like, so what is the purpose of our alien visit? I'm invested.
Well, that's the thing. What is it? Is it that we're trying to learn human behaviour?
Yeah.
Is it that we're studying human interaction?
Yeah.
Is it that we are taking over the planet, but we just need to assimilate for a while?
Because,
like, there could be any scenario of why we're there. I'm just thinking, like, you've been sent to Earth. You have to blend in, and no one can know you're an alien.
Yeah.
That even, like, we could take it to the level that we figure out there's an alien afoot, and we go, breaking news everywhere. There is a fucking alien. Bold alien. And everyone's trying to figure out who that alien is. And you've got it, you can't get caught.
Yeah.
Because if you get caught, you're sent, like, you're the only alien that's came.
Yeah. See, if all the aliens know how to do small talk and I'm human, I'd be fucked because I don't know how to do small talk.
And it's like, maybe this is your alien calling, that you have to go to a planet, you need to try and fit in, and if you get caught within a year or whatever time frame, then you fail as being an alien.
Oh my God,
or something like that. So then it's like, you didn't succeed, so we can't take this planet over because you've been caught. So how could we ever take over this planet if you got caught this quickly? Do you know what I mean? That kind of scenario of, you have no choice here. Like, you're going to this planet, you have to assimilate. That we're going to put out a notification to be like, oh, you're here.
Yeah.
And if they catch you within the year, dunzo. You've lost your job as alien planet researcher.
And what if there's more than one? Right, I'm just imagining us as separate aliens being sent to this planet, right? Yeah. We don't both know that we're aliens.
It could be the circumstance, yeah.
Yeah.
You think they send multiple down for planet research?
Perhaps, yeah, because one researcher is not going to...
Yeah, maybe they've got researchers on every continent.
Yeah. But then we end up speaking shit like this, thinking we're assimilated with another human to understand them. But we're both just aliens with no idea what we're doing. Like, I've learned that people have issues with their shoes, and I'm like, oh, my shoes fell apart. And do you know why? It was because people were impolite.
So what we're saying is, you don't know this yet, but we might be aliens.
Do you know what? I wouldn't put that past myself. Like...
You think in this circumstance aliens'
like,
brains
what
get wiped?
If I was an alien from an alien from another planet, but I was sent here when I was first born, right? So I've grown up thinking I was a human, but I'm actually an alien. That could be so likely because I don't feel human most of the time.
Right.
Oh, I think I've just cracked out my brain doesn't work.
You're an alien.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to be living on it.
You're trying to figure out as you go. You're like diagrams everywhere.
Yeah, whereas all the other people just do it naturally because they were supposed to be on this planet.
You've got your little secret diary. Voice memos that you're sending back to space. Subject human 1784 determined that the weather was oddly satisfying today. I don't know what that means. Someone said it's blowing of hoolie. What is hoolie?
Oh, wouldn't you just love to see an alien search history? What do they mean when they say, what's happening, man? I'm an alien.
Why do they keep saying fits? What does fits mean?
Fits on fit. Have you never heard that?
No, I don't need to hear it, man. This place makes me feel alien. If I'm being so honest and so do we.
What happens if this accidentally sent all the aliens to Aberdeen? We've just been making it up.
Don't do it 'cause I really need a toilet. So yeah, that's what I've been thinking about recently. The existence of aliens and what.
I don't know what else I would do. I feel like that would be my first step. But then I could go, like, you know what I mean? If you learned all about pop culture and then someone asked you about something, like a niche reference from a film in the past, it'd be fucked.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be rough. It'd be hard.
I feel like you'd have to, you'd have to rent accommodation. You couldn't just immediately buy a house. You'd have to rent a flat. You'd probably have to get a pet to make it look like you could get on with animals and things.
Move to a random city.
Yeah.
Start a new job.
Yeah.
Pretend you're from Glasgow.
Yeah.
Tell people about all these other people in your life that don't actually exist.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Start
a podcast with somebody who's vaguely alienish just to try
and just test out the theories.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well,
that would seriously be the best way to test on subjects, because I've said some shit on this podcast that I didn't think was going to come out of my mouth.
And we're now going to welcome you back to Brains Unpicked with your hosts Rose and Zoe.
It was all like crackly, and after I've been indoctrinated, it comes back to our regularly scheduled broadcast.
So what have you been thinking about, Rose?
So I've also right, we have spoken a bit in the past, but I have been thinking about it again. Impulsive thoughts, right?
Yeah.
I get impulsive thoughts probably on a daily basis.
Okay.
Not intrusive thoughts, but impulsive ones. And most of them
are to throw things at someone's face.
Throw things across the room,
Yeah.
break things. I would never do it. But like anytime I have an apple or a piece of fruit for my lunch every day, every time I have it in my hand, I'm like, oh, I could just belt this off somebody.
I love belting cushions off of people, to be honest.
Yeah.
They're just sitting and I'm just like...
But like, what is that? Why is my impulse to destroy?
I don't know if it's like a displacement of energy.
Perhaps.
And it's like, I need to outburst this energy, and doing something like that is instant impact, like it's instant results, and it feels it like gets that burst of energy out.
Because I've described, sometimes I feel like a shaken bottle of fizzy juice.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you're at work and you have to keep the lid on, you can't behave like a hyper child. So I just feel like the energy, like, rising to the top, but there's a lid because that's the workplace. The workplace is the lid. So I can't like be running about screaming and shit. So I'm like, well, I could just absolutely lob this off somebody. That I feel would be maybe smaller. I mean, it would have a bigger impact. But
I think that I'm quite like that. Like I'm quite like I get, and I think that's why quite a lot of people refer me as annoying. Like people close to me, like I think if you're close to me, you're like, oh yeah, she's annoying. Like I'm like Donkey from Shrek, and I accept that. Like I am an annoying human being to be around. Like if like, and I just get these bursts of energy where I'm like, I'm just gonna push you over, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna bully you a little bit. So I'm just like, and I think it's like I don't know how to disperse my energy, and I'm just going to take it out on you, like.
But yeah, it's always destructive.
Yeah,
like there's something a little bit destructive in me. I don't know if I just have the feminine urge to destroy, but like I remember like being sat at a desk, somebody put like flowers down next to me and walked away, like a bunch of flowers.
Eat them.
No, but I was going to pick them up and like bash them off the desk.
Yeah.
And I had to fight the urge to do it because I was like, that'd be nasty. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I would never do it. But like, there's just something in me that I'm like,
I quite regularly think how I could just like trip someone up.
Yeah.
Like I could just like back of the knee, or like clip them with my foot, or like shove them off the pavement. But I don't want harm. I just want it to be silly. I just want everyone to laugh afterwards.
Like if I would never shove somebody off the road and like they get hit by a car or anything. But like, I don't know, mine are,
Which is funny because see when I go to the gym and I'm told like, if this gets heavier, you're going to have to like throw it back on it. Like if I'm doing chest press and I've got to like... I honestly pant my shants every single time because I'm terrified. I'm like, don't want the loud noise, don't want the big bang. And then like, you've just threatened to punch 3 people. It's all talk. Like I ain't swinging my fist. Like I'm not. It's all a joke, guys. Like I actually don't have it in me whatsoever unless it's in those circumstances where I'm just trying to like get the energy out, and then I feel like bullying people. I throw things at people quite a lot.
You do,
I do.
Actually. But I feel like I have the urge to throw things quite a lot, but I don't.
Maybe you should.
I keep it in. Maybe I should. But it's always things in my hand that could actually hurt people. Like if I absolutely belted an apple off you,
that'd be so funny. That'd be so funny.
It would.
Do you know, and the way that I would know, this just get out of it. But that's so funny.
Yeah.
I'd be weeing myself at the fact you just lobbed an apple off my head.
I'd
be
do
like,
frequently.
Wow.
Normally, when I feel that feeling, I go, "What would you do if I lobbed this apple off you?" And you are like, I would find that funny.
I'm so up for it.
I do kind of wonder how hard I could throw as well.
Yeah. I only think it's funny when it's your friends, right? See if a stranger lobbed an apple at my head, I'd not be happy.
Yeah.
Right? But see if my friends, we're all sitting in the room and they just randomly lob an apple off my head, that's funny to me.
Well,
like I think that I've just got wee boy humour.
To be honest, I don't know if it is a slightly, like, I don't really have the urge to do it to strangers.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, you couldn't describe it as affectionate. But it is definitely just people I know sat there and I'm like, oh, do it.
I just like to distract people as well.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know that if I do this, it'll be distracted. I'm the issue in many of these scenarios.
So am I. But the other, and I don't know if this could come under the form of destruction, but my other impulsive thoughts are like, I need a new tattoo or I need a new piercing, like right now. Like I just get the urge, like why is the urge for that so strong? Like you're just like, I need to punch a new hole in myself right now. And it's not like I would just stab myself with something. It's like I need a new piercing right now.
Yeah.
And that
maybe
kind
we
of
should
feels
get you
the
to a
same.
rage room.
I would love to do a rage room.
We should do one.
Yeah.
I've done one before. It was good fun. I don't think that I've got a lot of rage.
I feel like I'm getting ragier the older I get.
Yeah.
I never used to be ragey. I'm quite ragey now.
So me and my family went to a rage room and it was like, it said a lot about us as people, right? So my mum went ham. Like she went crazy, like smashing everything. So you only could go in 2 people at a time.
Yeah.
So my mum and my dad went in, me and my sister went in, and my mum was going crazy. Like I was like, that woman has anger to get rid of. Like she's been holding things in, right? My dad is a very strategic man, so he like started to get keyboards and like stack them up.
Yep.
So he started stacking these things up until it was like the perfect moment where he could hit it.
Yeah.
Because then he would like, it would all disperse and like all the keys would bounce everywhere, and it was like he'd like created this little tower. Meanwhile, my mum's like smashing a teacup in the corner, like falling over because she's so excited to smash things. And James is just there, like being very particular about how he wanted it set up. And then me and my sister turned it into a game. So we had a baseball bat and we were just throwing things up in there and hitting it. Like we didn't have any anger. Like we got bored just smashing the things up. We had to make it into like a game.
Yeah.
We had to be like, right, well, if you grab this one and do that, and I do that, and and what if you pick up that, and Jen, you could throw that off the wall. Like we couldn't just we couldn't just do what my mum did and just smash shit up. Like I genuinely didn't have it in me just to. And it was cathartic.
I think I could, yeah.
It was so cathartic, like just getting smashed things and it's okay. But I didn't have any. It didn't feel like I was getting rid of any rage. It just felt like I was having a silly, goofy time.
Yeah. I feel like I think I could.
Yeah.
I reckon I'd be going in there and be like your mum. Like I would think I wasn't gonna, and then I would just be like.
I think a rage room tells you a lot about a person. And not even like their response to rage, but just that like them as a person.
Yeah. Interesting. But yeah, there's something in there. The feminine urge to destroy.
Yeah. Oh, just goes boom. So, we shall move on to Would You Rather. Would you like to go
Yes.
first or would you like me to go first?
I will go first.
Okay.
So I've got one sent in by a listener. It's a silly, goofy one.
Okay.
And I'll be honest, reading it, I don't know what I would choose.
Ooh, I'm excited.
In fact, actually, no, I do. Would you rather have chickens who could speak or bananas that were alive?
I'll be honest. Both of these hurt me.
Hurt you?
Yeah.
I know you don't like bananas, but
Well,
what have you got against chickens?
I don't like bananas, but a chicken that can talk means that I can no longer eat chicken.
This is true.
Because I do like chicken.
No. Yeah.
But the thought of eating a chicken that speaks,
Yeah, because
that says a lot about me as a person, isn't it? I've got a very skewed moral compass when it comes to eating meat, by the way. I'll eat chicken, beef and pork and that's it. And any other meat makes me feel uncomfortable eating and that's ridiculous. And if I had to kill it myself, I would be vegetarian. But, you know...
But because of the food supply chain, that's not my issue.
And I know that is a problem and I should just be veggie, but...
Yeah, but...
I would just need to stop eating chicken.
Yeah, because I'm now imagining a chicken that when you go to like catch it to kill it.
But Steve, fuck off, Steve.
I'm imagining,
Steve,
you know,
Steve, open the pen, Steve. Fucking open it, Steve. Open the pen. They're coming, Steve. They're coming.
I'm imagining Janet from you know, when they go to reboot Janet in The Good Place.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, my husband and children are waiting up. And it's just this chicken, like...
Now, I don't eat bananas. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how much of an issue I would have with bananas being alive, but I feel like if bananas were alive, they would be angry. Like, I don't think chickens are angry.
I think bananas would be lazy.
I think that they would start an angry army. And all the bananas would come in with their pitchforks and stuff.
Maybe. I mean, they would travel in packs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They would have to coordinate, like, their little movements on their stalks.
Do they run in a bunch?
That's what I'm thinking.
They'll be even angrier. If you're telling me they've got to run in a bunch, they will be pissed.
Yeah, but I think they'd be too busy fighting with each other to be arsed about anyone else. Do you know what I mean? Because they couldn't get from A to B anywhere.
I don't know. I think they would learn to break apart from.
Do you think would that not hurt though?
I think that they would get over it.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think.
I do imagine that if you had a loose banana, it would run away when you tried to eat it.
Would the lifespan of banana be the same if they were alive?
I don't know, or is it like a bananas in pajamas type situation where they're just...
I don't like the thought of human-sized bananas.
Yeah, do they grow to be...
No.
Or are they just
I hate both of these scenarios. I don't like either. I could imagine chickens getting arse already. No, they're not. It's like chicken run.
Chicken run, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's scary.
And I couldn't be responsible for...
Well, the thing is there more chickens and bananas than there is people? Or is there more people than there is chicken and bananas? Because I think it would be order for an uprising.
But parrots can talk. Do you know what I mean? And they're not uprising. But we don't eat parrots. That's true, actually.
And parrots also like recite back to you. Like that's like echolalia type vibes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're not formulating their own sentences. But we didn't say that bananas could talk. We just said they were alive.
Yeah.
But I reckon I'd be more scared of an alive banana than I would be a talking.
But I feel like I could take a banana.
Chicken.
Do you know what I mean? Like if it just remained banana sized, I reckon I could take a banana out. Yeah. Like there wouldn't be as much. Whereas if I was having to like chase a chicken that was shouting abuse at me, do you know what I mean?
Rose, try catch me, Rose. Yeah. Rose.
Where's she gone? Oh, I'm over here. Can you get me?
Rose. Rose, you just fell over. That's embarrassing, Rose, you're never gonna have chicken again, kiss me.
Exactly.
In my head, the chicken sounds like that.
So do you know what?
Actually, are all? This is gonna really out me. Are chickens all female?
Hens are female.
Right, and then roosters, but they're all under the variety of chicken.
yes, I think. Is chicken the species? I feel like chicken is the species.
And then that's all the types.
And
well,
hen is
this
the
scenario's a
female and cock is the...
right, in this situation, it's the big, massive male chicken that's running from you, by the way. And this, it's also going to get you up like crack of dawn instead of going... Listen! Everybody! Up! No!
Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
No!
Do you know what? I'm going for the bananas because I reckon I could quite easily...
I'm going for the bananas, even though it scares me more that they'd be alive bananas. I reckon the chickens would just... I just couldn't imagine a chicken talking to me. I'd be so scared. I'd be so terrified. I'd be like, what do you mean?
Like, can you imagine all the hens though when you went in to get the eggs? Like, no, that's my way. That's my bairn. You can't take that.
Could you imagine opening the cupboard and all the bananas are like, hello, smiling at you? They're all just like, hi.
You know how they say bananas ripen other fruit?
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you imagine like having to like cover the bananas in other fruit, and they're like, "What are you putting?" Or they'd be like really motherly and be like, "Give me the other fruit, I'll ripen them up."
I hate this. I hate either of these scenarios.
I have to go for the bananas because I think I couldn't live without eating chicken.
No,
I don't
that's
think,
so fair.
and I don't think anyone's going to kill a chicken that talks.
Yeah, there would just be an endless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in either scenario they're taking over. I think that we're getting overthrown as a species.
It would be interesting to know whether or not the bananas grow up.
Yeah, I think that they can't. They can't get past the size that they already are.
I think life would be more difficult for them being on
Yeah,
a stalk together.
yeah, but I think they could learn to peel apart.
I just think that if they were alive, that would hurt.
I reckon
That'd be like conjoined
be
twins ripping themselves
There would
apart.
be some bananas that would just be full nudists.
Yeah, actually, you're so right.
They would just learn how to peel themselves.
But is that not just like humans peeling their skin off?
I don't know. I think that we should move on from this because I'm getting creeped out. And I'm also bursting for the toilet.
Okay.
So I would like us to come to an end soon. Okay. So, would you rather be able to change one catastrophic event in history or influence one person who will change the future? If this is the future where bananas and chickens are coming to life, I would like to change the future, please. I would like that one person to prevent that.
See, I feel like this is a big moral conundrum because how do you decide which event in the past is most deserving of being prevented?
Yeah, that's true.
But what if I influence someone in the wrong direction?
I don't know if the things that have happened in the past are so horrific. And what is the implications of changing that? If it's changing it and just we continue as is, then yeah, fine. But I feel like realistically to change the past, like I think that people learn from regret.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like people learn from...
There's things that are there while they were horrific. If, you know what I mean, we had to learn from them, and from the fact that they've happened once and we learned from it, hopefully they will never happen again.
But then history does repeat itself.
It does.
I mean, we're seeing it.
We are seeing it and it's terrifying. But
then you could prevent history repeating itself, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. By influencing that person against that decision.
And I think that we can't do anything about the past now. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately. If we could, like that would be brilliant, but we can change the future, guys. Yeah. Collectively, all as a group, we can improve and change the future as a collective.
You're so right.
Finger snaps and that. Nah, I'd influence one person to do something in the future.
So would I, because I don't think who are we to decide what from the past should be changed?
I mean, there's biggians.
There is biggians, but which of the biggians? Like, there are biggians that we know lots about, and there are biggians that we know less about. That doesn't mean that they're any less.
Yeah.
I
realise that this has put us on quite a downer note in comparison to the chicken versus bananas.
No,
I will ask you if you think that any fruit could be alive, what fruit would it be other than bananas?
I'm just thinking of that. Do you remember that Vimto advert from years ago? It was like the berries in the car and rocking up to a stoplight, and they were like, "Hey, pretty lady." It was like a raspberry or a strawberry or something. Of course it was. Hey, pretty ladies.
I quite like the Ribena adverts when all the little things are coming to life as well.
Yeah. Ooh, what could I imagine? I could imagine blueberries being alive, but they just roll everywhere.
Blueberries. Seen that video? Was it strawberries? The wee girls cutting the fruit and then one smacks a bowl in their head. Oh, it's one of my favourite videos.
Oh, yes, I know the one you mean. Yeah.
I show it to so many people. I'm obsessed with that. So that good. And the Apparently Kid are two of my favourite videos on there now. And apparently I've never been on live television before. The roller coaster was apparently really good. He's like 15 now.
Have you ever seen the guy, the Frostbite kid?
Oh, yeah, the wee Irish guy.
Yeah, have you seen him
now?
now?
The Frostbite. That was so bad. That was so bad.
Christ, you wouldn't be long getting the legs frostbite off you.
I am so sorry.
Have you seen him now?
The entirety of Ireland.
Yeah.
No.
We have one Northern Irish listener that I know for certain. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's like long curly hair, massive bushy beard now. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I imagine strawberries would be quite
yeah,
like full of themselves.
Yeah, no, they would. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of the would you rather, I think we're both settling future, and we've changed the Debbie Downer note to ask the audience if you think one fruit could come to life, what fruit would it be? Mm-hmm. Please let us know down below, or somehow
in the ether through osmosis.
You can email us. Please email us ideas. I'm sick of this. No one's emailing us ideas.
Why did we go to the bother of creating an email address if none of you horrible people are going to email?
That's how we keep audience retention. By insulting everyone. Brilliant. But yeah, so
we've been begging for a hate comment. It's about time we got one.
But we have been Brains Unpicked. This is episode 11. Please like, subscribe, or comment. You can follow us on social media pages at Brains Unpicked Pod, or you can email us at brainsunpicked@gmail.com. Please tune in 2 weeks' time for another episode that's probably going to be vaguely similar to this one. And that's pretty much it. Everyone.
Yeah. Goodbye. Thanks for staying.
Sorry. Yeah, thanks. Wish you love you. Bye.
Bye.